Hello everybody. I am Dr. Amita Shah, and I bring greetings to you from Global Women's Clinic. This is in Palam Vihar, Gurugram. And today I am in conversation with Mrs. Raka, who is a cancer survivor. And this talk is going to be a very, very interesting talk. Not only
Hello,
because,
doctor.
hello, welcome
Hello.
to the show, welcome to the show. And, it takes a lot of courage, grit, and determination to be on the show. So, just for my viewers, I would like to introduce Ms. Raka, Mrs. Shilpa Raka. She is director of the Raka Enterprise, and she is a brave cancer survivor, I would say. And before I interact with her and talk about cancer, I would be very happy to say that she is a woman of courage and a woman of steel. So welcome.
Thank you.
So Shilpa, my first question I think to you would be, that how did you get diagnosed with cancer? It was ovarian cancer, right?
Yeah, it was an ovarian cancer. The story behind that is, it's actually I was having my daily routine workout and everything on place, my office and everything. All the schedule was very into the routines.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no there, as in my family don't no, nobody have gone through this cancer or like these any diagnosis or anything like that. Never ever this cancer word was there in my both the families, from my mom's side as well as my husband's side. So diagnosis was the one thing I got irritated. That was I was getting ready for a party, and
Okay.
I was not able to wear sari
Okay. Yeah.
because of that bloating or something. The stomach was not in a condition to hold my petticoat.
Oh.
So I was just happened to go to the next door. So I took 1.5 hours to just to change this to that, that to this, and it was so irritating for me that what is happening this, why I am not able to wear a sari. So that was something which struck me very hard. I said, okay, maybe due to the gases or something like that. No, nobody thinks like in a one go, like it could be a cancer or something. And nor I was knowing that these are could be the symptoms of like cancer, like bloating and all these symptoms could be for a cancer. That even didn't even hinted me a bit. This was the first sign.
Okay.
Second time after 2 3 days, I was with my husband in Ruby Hospital, Pune.
Okay.
He was had an appointment for a ENT doctor, but that stomach bloating was getting me so irritated that I said, "You go and see the doctor. I am going to see the ultrasonographist over here, and you take care of yourself." I was very negligent and very rude to him because somewhere I was very uncomfortable. I was just roaming here and there for that ultrasonography thing, but I couldn't find it. So this was my first what we say a hint that got me that I should go and go for a ultrasonography.
So
After that, when
just interrupting you, Shilpa.
yeah,
So, for the sake of our viewers, let me ask you that at that time up, what was your age? You were 45, probably
43.
43. So prior to this, besides, like you said, you just had bloating, you didn't have any clinical symptoms. Your periods were regular and
No,
no.
my periods weren't regular, but I was checked up gynecally very frequently. Like every 6 to 9 months, I used to go to gynec and do the pap smear and other test,
Your
whatever she
regular
used to tell
checkups.
me. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Hello, Shilpa.
The blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Very audible. Yes.
Yeah. So the those types of checkups which was there in periods third and fourth day checkups, the blood test and all those, everything was sonography. Everything I did my sonography in the month of Feb, And this came up to me on 3rd of August.
Okay.
So it wasn't any thing that I was being an educated woman. We should go periodically to the gynec and
Thank
do
you very
ourselves. Yeah. So
much.
I was on it also. Still,
Okay.
it has happened. It is like something that
Came out.
nobody should go through. Yeah. Actually, the ladies doesn't know what is happening in our body. The small changes they should observe while doing whatever wearing, or maybe while taking bath, or there sometimes it is emotionally also. They should notice this small things which are tend to change something which is not into the normal course. Normally women do overlook those things.
Okay. So then you straight away went for an ultrasound, or you went to a gynecologist? And
No, I actually that was a extreme unfortunate days. We were my daughters were been placed into the new area where we had this my flat just in front of that building. We had took a rental house, so that this area was totally new to me, and the area is very scanty, not a very there were no much of the residential people staying that time 5 6 years back. So it was very difficult me to find even a normal doctor, forget about the gynecologist. When
okay.
I just google ki where is a sonography or a doctor, they gave me some 6 kilometers 5.5 kilometer hospitals. I said yaar itne se cheez ke liye itna dur kaun jayega, let us find me some doctor. I was just roaming and I found some names of doctor and I just went up ki what is. Then one doctor told me that you have got jaundice, start of a jaundice.
Okay.
So you have to go for a blood test and urine test.
Mhm.
So I said I was not convinced, but I thought test is necessary. So let us go for that test. I was not satisfied. I didn't took any tablet of her. I went to another doctor. He told me that you have got chikungunya.
Hmm.
So I said, "Hey, this is something so weird, nothing to do about my stomach or some my discomfort." Then I went to one very well-known hospital, a big hospital, MD doctor. I went there and he said, "You had been diagnosed with food poisoning. So go and have a X-ray." I said, "You please give me." It was a big hospital. I told him that you please give me ultrasound ka chitti so that I can go and do my ultrasound. But he was so reluctant and confident upon his own things that he sent me to the X-ray department. And I went and do the X-ray. X-ray was totally normal. Then I said, there is something fishy. I was returning back home from that hospital and I saw one ultrasonography board. I told my husband that you please let me get down, you go home. I will just come finish this off and I'll come. When I went over there, that ultrasound was closed. There was upstairs a medical store. I went there and asked him, is there anywhere ultrasound? So he said, yes, just go 50 meters and you will get in a basement. There is one ultrasound things. So I went there. BDS doctor or something was there. The qualification was not up to the what I was looking. But जब time आता है तो मतलब गधे को भी भगवान बनो. And it was very shady place. Some very dark lipstick and red color dress wali chum chum ladki. And there was one short heighted black color and afterward found out that he was only the sonographist doctor, the main doctor, and he was trying to do ultrasonography from inside outside for half an hour. I thought that there is something wrong here. Is he doing something wrong practice? So he said, no, you go and get a delivery check, that what do we say, pregnancy test. I said, "What bullshit this is? I had been operated before maybe 20 years now, so it is not possible." So he said, "नहीं नहीं ऐसा हो सकता है, Fallopian tube में हो सकता है." I went to again to that same medical. He saw me from up to down. कि, okay, for this she was been asking ultrasonography. I said, जाने दो भाई तू दे दे अभी. I went and checked it, nothing positive, nothing negative, nothing came up. Again he started inside outside, शुरू था उसका जग सब struggle. I said, what happened, what are you what is the problem? So he said, nothing madam, I can't see your one kidney. आई सेड मैंने घर पे तो नहीं छोड़ा है, वहीं होगा, देखो आप। तो बोले नहीं, आई कांट सी एनीथिंग। आई सेड एक काम करो, जो दिखता है वो लिखो, जो नहीं दिखता है वो मत लिखो। एंड ही लिटरली गिव मी दैट, after 50 minutes he gave me that report, and I came out and I just took a photo and gave it to my one of a gynec friend. She, I don't remember what she told me that time with that absurd report, but she just told me that go, do not go home, go and get yourself admitted. So this is how it was started.
So what did the report say? What did the report say?
Report was, he was not that skilled doctor. So I went to the same hospital where that doctor has told me to go for X-ray. So
No, no.
there I went.
Based on that report, your friend told you, na, that go and get admitted. So,
Yeah, she thought that there is a fluid, there is
oh,
a, fluid in stomach. So
which is
that
what?
is the,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
So that was the thing. I think she told me that you should don't go to don't go back home. You just get admitted. So that is that one sentence has actually kept
Okay.
me in front of your camera.
And
Your
there,
voice is not clear.
yeah, is it clear now?
Yeah, yeah. Now it's clear.
So then you got admitted in the hospital, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
That same night it was again they did a sonography. I think that time only that was clear that it was some fourth stage ovarian cancer. But then after that, there is a procedure of 15 long days of CT scan, this, that, all those. Then what we do that one, what we
So
do that biopsy and all.
I come to my next question, Shilpa. So just, for the sake of our viewers also, so that there is, with everything, there is a take back for them. Like you said कि आप रेगुलरली चेकअप्स के लिए जा रहे थे, यू वर गोइंग टू गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट, रेगुलर चेकअप्स अपने करा रहे थे, अल्ट्रासाउंड्स करा रहे थे, पैप्समियर्स करा रहे थे, आई एम श्योर मैमोग्राफी भी करा रहे होंगे.
Yes,
तो आई एम श्योर यू आर डूइंग दैट. सो फॉर ऑल women, this is a basic thing that everybody needs to do, a pap smear regularly, a mammography regularly. But ovarian cancer is something, which can still be diagnosed
hidden.
accidentally, like got diagnosed in your case. आप ईयरली अल्ट्रासाउंड्स भी कराते होंगे, आई एम श्योर, अपने हेल्थ चेकअप्स में. बट उसमें ओवेरियन कैंसर कई बारी उस एक साल के विंडो में कभी भी डेवलप हो सकता है. एंड लाइक
Correct,
यू राइटली सेड दैट आपको, you shouldn't miss out on the smallest of symptoms, and you did the correct thing. जैसे आपके केस में I think the smallest of symptom was कि आपको bloating sensation हो रहा था, आपको, you couldn't wear your sari and you were feeling little uncomfortable, and you did exactly the right thing by saying that no, I have to get an ultrasound done. And probably जो ultrasonologist जिसके पास आप सबसे पहले गए, he was not skilled enough, and
exactly.
he got confused कि आपकी एज पे इतना सारा फ्लूइड कैसे हो सकता है, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड एन असाइटिस. सो ओवेरियन कैंसर में जब पेट में पानी भर जाता है उसको हम असाइटिस कहते हैं, और वो इसलिए
Right.
कंफ्यूज हो रहे होंगे कि भाई आपकी एज में, लाइक यू सेड, कि प्रेगनेंसी तो हो नहीं सकती, तो उनके समझ में नहीं आया. सो आई थिंक फॉर आवर व्यूअर्स दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट give yourself a red flag and be alert to even the slightest of symptoms like Shilpa did. So,
Yes. Should
I'm
not ignore it, and should not you have to be very careful with your emotional and your body changes. Everything should be minutely. खुद को
yeah,
देखो, खुद को प्यार करो और खुद को देखो. It's like
exactly.
that.
तो शिल्पा, जब आप फिर एडमिट हो गए, यू गॉट एडमिटेड इन द हॉस्पिटल, देन क्या फिर आप 15 दिन, देन यू वर एडमिटेड एंड यू वर अंडरगोइंग लॉट ऑफ टेस्ट एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स. सो आई एम श्योर फर्स्ट गो पे तो किसी ने आपको नहीं बताया होगा कि यू हैव कैंसर, बट हाउ डिड इट गेट, हाउ डिड इट कम टू यू, हाउ डिड द डॉक्टर्स टेल यू?
नहीं, I am a very good patient, but my destiny is not that very good.
Why do you say that?
Because that was a Friday evening. The
Yeah.
gynecologist was in a mood to go for a weekend weekend celebration, and I landed up her that cabin at the 4 to 7. And she said कि she was just then कि यार चलो अभी हो गया all that delivery sorry what pregnancy checkups अंदर हाथ डाल के everything she was doing. I said यार ये सब कुछ नहीं है, there is something else, you please because I don't want to go again to that MD doctor, so I went to the gynecologist. So she said, ki, you come on Monday, we will see, we will admit that them. I said, no, nothing doing. You have to get me admitted and you have to start the treatment right away. She said, no, whatever you say, the doctors will come on Monday. Now it is Saturday, Sunday, nobody will attend. If you want to admit, you can just get admitted, but the things will start on Monday only. I said, just give me in writing that you are not going to start my what do we say, the medicines and everything right now. You are going to keep me waiting till Monday. You just give me writing. I am okay for it. Then she thought ki this patient is not a person that everything can be always. It happens mostly. Whatever doctor says ki come after 10 days, 8 days, the patient always wait for so many days and then go back. It happened. So she thought ki aise nahi hai, we have to get her admitted. So then she admitted me. Then again she did some very, I don't remember the test name, because I was literally fighting everywhere, like with the sonography, with everything. So I was quite exhausted that day. So I was happy कि चलो इसने admit कर लिया. And she had also appointed my sonography again to redo it, because that sonography was worst. And then at 11:30 that sonography was been done in the hospital. And at 12 o'clock, 12:15, I came back to the room. So what the duty doctor was there. My husband went home, and my elder daughter said कि I will sleep with mom. तो I said that is fine. अभी रात में क्या हो, it's already 12:30 बज गए. तो I was sleeping, just about to sleep. The duty doctor came, and she just signed like this to my daughter. My daughter went out, and she said ki your mom is having a cancer.
Okay.
My daughter fainted there.
Oh,
I I went up there. I said, what happened to her? Why did she fall down? And she was crying like a hell, like a hell. And she couldn't tell me anything. But I sensed that ki something is majorly uh, big. And then I called my husband that, see, something is this. And then she told me that, mom, this doctor is telling that you have got the cancer. And this is how I got to know at 1 o'clock at night.
oh, that was terrible, I think.
That was a terrible. And 3 days, both the daughters, my husband and me, we four were sobbing. We were crying and crying like a hell.
You
But
were in a
if
state.
that could have been, yeah, if that could have been with a counselor and with the senior doctors, I would have took my family more stronger way. I would have been in front of them. But this was something so weird happened that even I couldn't do anything. I was not even ready for anything like that.
Yeah. So, sometimes, what I can say from my perspective as a senior gynecologist is that, sometimes the junior doctors or the resident doctors who are there on duty, they feel pressurized to disclose the diagnosis because the patients are also pressurizing them. But yeah, you are right, that is not the way it should have been, told to you. Maybe a
Yeah, and mainly nobody was asking that doctor at 12:30 night. Who is going to ask you? And how come she will be knowing anything? Because
yeah,
I've just been admitted, came into the room 5 minutes back, and how come I'm going to ask her that what happened and all, what not? So it was nothing to ask her about, because I would have questioned it to the senior doctors. Why will I question like this?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
nobody has questioned. She called my daughter out.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So I think, as doctors, we have to be very, empathetic, and there is a way of telling the patients, maybe we have to sit
Correct,
down with the family, explain to them, and probably, bring it up in a more empathetic way. So
correct, correct.
I'm sorry that you had to go through all of that. Um,
No.
anyway, how did so what happened next? I'm sure there must have been a battery of tests that were done on you, an MRI, blood tests, and all of this. So how did you and your family muster the courage to go ahead with it? आपने और डॉक्टर्स को कंसल्ट किया, सेकंड ओपिनियंस लिया, या कहीं पे किसी से बात करी? How did you decide the further course of action?
The same hospital, the oncologist was one of eminent doctor in the panel of Sonali Bendre. She was also going through the cancer. that time. She was
Okay.
senior to me by 3 months in cancer.
Okay. Okay.
So he was a very well known and eminent doctor. He came to me and he said biopsy karna padega. The biopsy is done with the needle and all. But as I told you, I'm a good patient, but my destiny is not good. So it didn't happen. उसमें से कुछ निकला नहीं. Nothing. The report didn't come. So he has to do the open biopsy. So
Okay.
he did that, and everything was then. He came to me and actually told my husband that, 3 months or something is left with her, and all like this thing, something. He told my husband, and he came to me. He came to me, and I just asked him, ki, I have two questions for her. He said, what do you want to ask me? Do you want to know what this, that, what? So I said, I have only two questions. If you'll give me question one's answer, on that it will be depending that whether the question two will be asked or not. So he said, okay, ask. So I told him, I asked him that, am I going to be, I'm going to be alive or no? So he said, ki, probably yes, there are chances. So I didn't allow him to speak more. I just asked him then how many, what is the duration of this treatment? So he said 6 months. So he said, anything else? I said, no, that is done. I'm all okay. And
Okay.
after that, as I told you, he told my husband that, because other things my husband didn't share it till now, but he told me this, that that doctor being into the Sonali Bendre's panel, he was that time Sonali Bendre was off to US for her treatment. So
Mhm.
he said, ki, why is she going? She is not going to she is not going to save herself from this. And even she was also diagnosed with the ovarian cancer only, I think so. I'm not sure. So he was very much negative on this. So my husband thought, ki, if a doctor is telling like this doctor is telling that the patient is not going to survive, so I am not going to take put my wife into his hands. So he shifted me into the another doctor, and her name is Shona Nag. I don't know the oncological fraternity must be knowing her. She is one of the. She is a director of Sahyadri Hospitals oncology department, and we went there, and she was not there that time. Her assistant was there, but her assistant was so assured and so comfortable that that was Saturday, Friday. So I thought कि chemo भी अगर शुरू होगी तो maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that it will start. And she just said कि come and get admitted tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So I was zapped कि so soon. He said, yes, why we have to wait on Saturday and Sunday, and why this? So I like these things of her, that even the senior doctor, she just called her senior doctor, this is the patient history and everything, and my doctor told her that get her admitted in the daycare on in the morning 8 o'clock. And then she did a tapping of some 2.3 liters, something like that, and then she started chemo. And after that also, I was very fortunate in one thing, that time the targeted chemo has been started.
Yeah.
Bevasis, Bevasis was the name of that chemo,
Mhm.
and that they wanted patients to, for the, for what do you say, a testing purpose or like that. So they used to they asked me, that my doctor only asked me that whether you will like to go for this. If you want to purchase it, they are in good lakhs. But if you are going through their trials, they will give you free, and it could be a beneficial to you, whatever I am giving you treatment. So we told him that free is not our constraint, but if it is good for me, then be beneficial for me, then certainly I'll be going through their trials. And if my examination is helpful for anybody else, I'll be more happy to do that. But even that was very this thing, because all the small, even from top to my nails, everything was diagnosed. My bone test, my every time all the scannings used to be happen. Every chemo, all the scannings. that was an added advantage also, but those tests are not that easy that we would sustain to, yeah, to go through all these things. And
So,
yeah.
yeah, right, huh. So Shilpa, so like you said, so how much time did it take from the diagnosis to start of treatment, the actual
mm,
chemotherapy?
16 days.
16 days. So almost
Yes,
15
third.
days. तो वो 15 दिन आपके लिए और आपकी फैमिली के लिए, सो जो भी आप लोग डिसीजंस लेते थे, only your family, your close knit family of your husband, wife and two daughters were involved. आप लोग सब कुछ डिस्कस करके ओपनली तब करते थे, या फिर your extended family was also involved, or you
My
just,
ex, my we have I have a very big family, so it was the news was spreading.
yeah,
So
of course.
everybody was shocked. Ki, yaar, my both the daughters are national players. They
Oh,
were into the Indian teams.
wow.
Myself, me and my husband were also basketball national players. So our family is known for the sports. And after this things this has happened to me was a huge huge shook up to all the family members. So they were coming and everything was like that, but I would like to more than that, I would like to share you one thing. When cancer is detected to any person, any lady especially, or maybe maybe a man, but the one question is haunted, why me? That question takes you down, and it is the guilt, the I don't know, all those negative things are so much surrounded by you with that question, why me? And
Right.
I was not different to it, that story. And even I was also thinking, why me? I had not done to anything wrong to anyone. I had been always been empathetic to all my, uh,
Life and everything, then also why me? Yes.
yes, why me? That is a haunting question.
So how did you
And
get, how did you get over this, why me?
yeah. This question was there in my mind 3 days. The 3 days we all were crying after I got to know. Those 3 days only this question was in my mind. I was not able to think something else. Why I was not getting that answer. But one thing is very sure. You can act or you can speak anything which you feel good, but your inner voice will always tell you what is the true reason and true things behind everything, whatever is happening in your life. That
Hmm?
is, I believe. Whatever, if you say somebody you are looking very beautiful, still your inner voice will say it is not like that. It is okay, okay. But still, I am saying her to please her. It happens. So I was just searching out for that voice, ki what answer I'm getting it. And I should tell you the answer which I got only this answer, only one answer, that God is very great. God cannot be unjusticefully doing anything to me. If God has given me this, He knew that I'm going to overcome that. And even everybody needs a brand ambassador in their lives. Every brand needs a brand ambassador. So God is a brand. God has given cancer, God has given life, God has given death, God has given everything. So if a God has given me cancer, He wants people to be aware that how you should deal with this, how you should have the journey in this, the mindset should be there, how you should enjoy your journey in the cancer, how you should come out with it. He wanted to portray something via me.
Wow. A big, big hand to you, Shilpa. I am really, really, your words that God made you a brand ambassador. So you are God's brand ambassador to tell people that, well, He can give you cancer, but He's given you cancer. You are fortunate enough to become His brand ambassador to tell people
Exactly.
that it is not end of the world. And if you have a positive
Exactly.
mind, then definitely you can overcome it and be, a brave warrior. Hats off.
Exactly. And exactly that made me more responsible throughout my treatment. That this is a work and a huge task. And the task is not that common, and I am an uncommon person. So this I have to deliver it through a very shining results. There should not be, God should not repent that he had given me something and I have not.
Especially
Uh, yeah,
true, true. So Shilpa, your treatment went on. So you must have undergone chemotherapy first, and then uske baad you
yes,
must have undergone surgery, and then again cycles of
yeah,
chemotherapy. So
yes.
finally your treatment ended in which year? So 2018, you told me you got
Yeah,
diagnosed.
August 2018 and 26th, 20, 25th January was my last chemo.
January
2019.
2000,
19.
and since then
Yes.
you've been in remission. There has been no आपको कोई कीमोथेरेपी कुछ नहीं आपको लेने की जरूरत पड़ी. Just that
Mm.
sure आपको recurrent test.
My doctor had told me a very nice thing in this, because what पहले एक कीमो तो मुझे समझा ही नहीं who is a doctor, because she used to come in a झुंड, और हमारी फैमिली की झुंड, तो मुझे समझता ही नहीं था यार कौन डॉक्टर है, किससे बात करूं क्या. एंड आई वाज सो पैनिक कि यार आई एम अ सेलिब्रिटी, शी शुड कम एंड टॉक टू मी, एंड व्हाट इज दिस हैपनिंग. बिकॉज आई, जब भी मुझे पूछा जाता था कि कुछ मेडिकल हिस्ट्री है क्या, तो आई यूज टू आंसर देम हिस्ट्री तो कुछ नहीं, अभी डायरेक्ट पीएचडी है.
अच्छा.
I didn't had any history with medicines,
Okay.
medical problems. तो
Okay.
I used to feel यार कभी तो मैं तो बीमार हूँ, first time है, and nobody is caring. Our doctor is also talking to my relatives, or who is doctor I don't know. तो second chemo के time के second chemo पे she came and how are you, just दो तीन लाइनें बोल के she just went off. Then I told my husband I want go and get your pet. So that was the first moment I said, this doctor is very nice,
Mm.
because she allowed me to be with my pet. And
Yeah.
my pet has actually healed me a lot. That is also another story. But then she became very friendly with me. And I used to ask her, कि Pakka, everything is going okay, na? Nothing is problem. Are you sure? So she used to tell me, Shilpa, you don't have to ask this question to your doctors.
Asking,
You
asking.
will, yes, you can sense this, because what is going inside you doesn't know.
Mm.
But as a doctor, I know what is happening inside you. So anything is wrong, you will see a line on my forehead, and if that line you cannot see, you don't have to ask this question in your life.
Wow. Mm.
So for me, it was very comfortable. I used to observe her, and she used to be very pleasant. Coming now, you had bald, so you can go with the red color that will suit you. You are fair. She used to say like this and go. Again, I used to think यार दो शब्द तो मेरे से empathy के बोल देती कि अभी अच्छी है तू, it's going good. कुछ नहीं. She used to say you don't need some sympathy to cure cancer. You just need your willpower, you just need your good diet, and your very good internal power to heal the cancer. This is what she has told me, and I had actually been on those every word every day. And in cancer, every next moment is better than the previous moment.
Absolutely. So Shilpa, I think your doctor rightly said, kai bari. So we as doctors, we treat only the disease. And when we are treating the disease, I always tell my patients कि medicine जो होता है ना, it's not like maths. Maths is we know कि 2 plus 2 is going to be 4, 10 minus 2 is going to be 8. But medicine में ऐसा नहीं होता. Medicine is an art. It is an art, right? सो जो मेडिसिन और हम सिर्फ एविडेंस बेस्ड प्रैक्टिस करते हैं जिसमें हमें पता होता है अच्छा ठीक है ओवेरियन कैंसर स्टेज 3 है, हम उसमें ये कीमोथेरेपी देंगे, उसमें इतने रिजल्ट्स आएंगे, 62% ठीक हो जाएंगे, 40% नहीं होंगे, या वट एवर वी आर ऑलवेज टॉकिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ परसेंटेजेस. सो हाउ डू दिस परसेंटेज मैटर, कि कौन उसी दवाई से बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है और कौन नहीं होता. आई थिंक दैट डिफरेंस इज योर इनर विल पावर. And I think that,
The first doctor has told that you have 13% of chances to survive.
yeah.
First doctor told me. So
Mhm.
he thought that he has done his work by telling the truth to the patient. And by saying this, all surrounding the my bed, my daughters and my husband was, they just went down. I said 13% is a big percentage.
Percentage.
So someone is going to be there in 13%, and definitely I am into that 13%. So
Yes.
don't worry, that's a huge 13% is a big
It's
percentile.
particularly how you see, whether you see the glass half full,
Yes, half or half.
half,
Yes, that is it. Yes.
half empty.
Yes. So this percentile even I had gone through. I heard this, like you said, doctors are always into the percentile this
Yeah.
thing, and yeah, yeah.
So I think your story is very, very inspiring, Shilpa. Very inspiring indeed. And in fact, what I gathered from this story is, and I really appreciate, that positivity. Positivity is it's the way to the treatment. For any
Yeah.
cancer survivors, I think positivity, just, having that grit and determination that I will get better, that pulls you through. And you rightly said, I really appreciate that you are God's ambassador. Everybody wants an ambassador, and you are God's ambassador. So now you're all okay, and you don't have to go through any sessions except for periodic checkups, right? So are you?
Yeah.
So how has your life changed, Shilpa, after this? If it,
First,
physically, mentally, or have there been some changes that you have brought into your life after this, episode?
yes, actually, certainly there are some changes which I don't think I would have changed my mindset in that way. Previously, it used to be, like uh, I used to go behind the like go and have so much of shopping, get some jewelry, and flaunt yourself, or be like this, be like that. Now it is something that what matters is your inner strength. So you have to talk nicely, you will look beautiful. you
Yeah.
have to you have to you should not hurt anyone. That will make me more confident. So the parameters of success, the parameters of looks, the parameters to lead a life, those all parameters are now changed automatically. It's not that I deliberately do, but now I like to talk to like I do lot of counseling on phones, or even going, if it is possible, nearby patients are there, I go and talk to cancer patients, their relatives, do counseling, and these all things I do it. But that gives me very power. I said, any if I have to go to a hotel or for dinner, or for a movie or a shopping, and if I have to go to some patient, I'll select to go to the patient
Wow.
automatically without having any afsos.
Hmm.
Previously ऐसा कभी नहीं होता था. I would have chosen three everything. First I'll go to shopping, then dinner, and then this. Everything will be there. But now it is not like that. This has been changed a lot. Materialistic thing to to be behind materialistic things. I don't have that pull to those things, or crush to those things. I'm more into the realistic things, peace, and the meditation, and focus on to the humanity. Like I never believed in any caste. I had always believed in only one caste, that was humanity. So I really started more worshipping humanity. Whoever, any women, all my maids are been scanned every 6 monthly to the medical checkup with the gynec. I pull them in my car and I'll take them कि नहीं नहीं आज घर का काम मत करो, मगर चलो ये टेस्ट कर लो, मैमोग्राफी करो, पैप्समियर करो. आई डोंट नो, दे मस्ट बी हैविंग कि यार ये एडी हो गई, ये कुछ भी हमेशा लेके जाती है, वॉट एवर दे मस्ट बी सेइंग. बट आई आई सेड इट्स ओके, मेरे घर के काम के टाइम में लेके जा रही हूँ. सो इट इज गुड. आपको कुछ भी लगे, मेरे लिए आई एम सो हैप्पी दैट आई डोंट नो कि इनको कभी हो, किसी को ना हो कैंसर, बट टू बी टेक प्रिकॉशन इज द बेस्ट. अगर प्रिकॉशन लेते रहे तो भगवान भी बोलेगा ये प्रिकॉशन ले रही, इसके साथ आई कांट प्ले दैट मिस्chief, so he'll not play with that. Yeah.
So I think your perspective from being materialistic and looking out for materialistic things has now completely changed, and you have developed that inner confidence, and you wear that confidence. So you don't have to look out for jewelry, you don't have to look out for clothes, but you wear your confidence.
Yeah.
That's how you go out. And I think, like you're saying, that you've become more conscious of humanity. और जैसे आपने बोला ना, मेरे को अभी वो गाना याद आ रहा है, उसकी पहली लाइनें नहीं याद आ रही, लेकिन कि वो क्या, एक दिन मिट जाएगा प्यारे, क्या जग में रह जाएंगे.
ये प्यारे तेरे बोल, right.
So I think words are that is going to matter eventually. At the end of the day, आपने किसको क्या दिया, क्या लिया, क्या खरीदा, क्या दिखा, वो सब कुछ मैटर नहीं करता. एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आपने किसको क्या बोला, और आपके उस बोलने से वो व्यक्ति उससे बेनिफिट कैसे हुआ, आई थिंक वही सबसे ज्यादा मैटर करता है. एंड आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू आर डूइंग दैट. आप बाकी वुमेन को जाके, सोसाइटी में जाके सबको मोटिवेट करते हैं, सबको बोलते हैं कि आप अपने रेगुलर चेकअप्स कराइए, अपनी स्टोरी बताते हैं. सो इट इज वर्ड्स दैट मेकिंग अ डिफरेंस, और आपके ये
Yeah.
वैल्यूएबल वर्ड्स पूरी सोसाइटी को बेनिफिट कर रहे हैं. आज आई थिंक दिस इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी एंड दीज इंस्पायरिंग वर्ड्स हैव एक्चुअली बेनिफिटेड एंड इज गोइंग टू बेनिफिट फॉर ऑल आवर व्यूअर्स जो हमें देख रहे हैं और सुन रहे हैं. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much calling me on this show. Actually, it is the world, wherever who is listening or watching this, maybe something, some line, some sentence, some word could be
Will benefit.
stuck in their, yeah, in their minds, and they will come up with their surroundings with those words, and somebody will be benefited with those things. That is, I am pleasured.
So thank you so much, Shilpa, and thank you, Ivana, for calling us and doing this show.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that, for the society, both for the doctors as well as the patients, you have taken up to, host this kind of a show. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
this is commendable. Thank you, Ivana. Thank you,
Thank you.
Dr. Shah. Thank you.